Everyone, welcome to our August 13th, 2025 Planning Board meeting. Would you please rise and join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, forget.
Madam Secretary,
Chairman John Curry.
here.
Paul Cheverdini.
Here.
Vicky Gannon.
Here.
Jack Mattis.
Here.
Bruce Prince.
Here.
Anthony Sutton.
Here.
Christopher Zaberto.
Here.
Thank you. First on our agenda is the minutes, July 9th, 2025. I didn't see any messages or anything about any changes. So if there's none for this evening, I make a motion, we accept them as they were presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. First, on our agenda for the project, it's 240 Mayapack Avenue. It's in the Scenic Resource Corridor. It's an application for site plan approval. The applicant is proposing to construct a 3,300 square foot single-family house. However, a scenic resource site plan application will be required for the construction of the driveway access in the Mayapack Scenic Corridor as per Somers Town Code 138-13 1A. And for the record, the property is located in R40 zoning district. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jonathan Merhab, Bamer Engineering, and I'm here on behalf of Michael Festo. So we're here to present 240 Mayapack Ave in Yorktown, and it's on a scenic resource corridor. So it's a proposed single-family home, 3,300 square feet. The proposed home will be set back 93 feet from Mayapack Ave. The Mayapack Ave corridor requires 30 feet, so we're going to be over 3 times that. I did bring maps to show the reference, the location reference to Stonewall Farm. So we're close to Route 6, so this lot really isn't visible from Stonewall Farm. And then the map below is zoomed in a little bit just to show how it fits in to the neighboring lots. They're also similar size single family homes. Will actually be set back further than all of those homes. On the top left, so that's just a straight view from Mayapack Ave to our lot. On this one, this is actually the driveway location.
There's a pointer if you want to point.
Oh.
Grab that. High tech.
So this is where the driveway will be going, so some of these trees will be removed, but everything else on this side is going to remain. So even after the home is up, it's going to be pretty difficult to see it from the roadway. And then just for reference, the bottom left is just Mayapack Ave looking north toward Route 6, and this is Mayapack Ave looking south toward Stonewall Farm.
And which side of the road is this on?
This is on
East.
the
East
yes,
side?
east. Got my direction stuff. Yes, we're on the east side. So okay, so as I summarized, this is Mayapack Ave, and That's the proposed driveway and this is our home setback. The only trees we're proposed to remove are for the actual driveway. Everything else in front of the home is to remain. So that's all I have for now. Any questions?
Dave and Steve?
Did you see, the Open Space Committee had some comments?
Yes, so I actually did address them on this set. I didn't formally submit it. The only changes, which don't change anything for the plan, is they were worried about the catch basin grate for amphibians. So we did change it to a heel-proof grate, which only give 1/2-inch openings. There is now a tree removal list with species on there, which they asked for. And then the EAF short form was corrected.
Okay. What's the date of the plan the revision date on the plan that you're presenting?
The revision date is 8/11, so 2 days ago.
Okay. So, Mr. Chairman, basically the only reason that this application is before you is because it's within the scenic resource corridor. Single-family homes typically don't come before the planning board for site plan approval. So I think there's kind of a limited review that needs to be done. This is similar to, if you remember, the application for the fence at the south end of the scenic corridor, where you had an applicant come in and essentially you waived a number of the site plan requirements, including the requirement for a public hearing. It's obviously it's up to your board if you want to do a site walk or if you want to waive the site walk, waive the public hearing requirements. I did speak to Mr. Wolfel from the engineering department, and he said if that's the direction, he could certainly complete the review based on the updated plans prepared by Mr. Murhead.
I spoke with him today and he said, he echoed the same comments to me too. Steve?
We provided basically 2 comments to the board on this. The first is because it trips the threshold of requiring a site plan approval, that the board could consider whether this property warrants any further review of stormwater. Again, as Dave said, typically the board and our review does not review stormwater for single-family residential. It does on this particular project, all of the disturbances outside of the wetland buffer. We don't have any wetland buffer impacts, and there is no significant change in drainage patterns on the site. They're simply putting in subsurface detention for the new impervious surface. And then our second comment was to respond essentially to the Open Space Committee, so that was documented through our memo as well. Certainly, Mr. Wolfel's review of single-family residential development stormwater is adequate and does not necessarily warrant our review if the board is comfortable with it. But we're happy to provide it if you would prefer.
Board member comments and or questions?
Yes. On Mayapack Ave,
Mhm.
you say you're on the east side.
Yes.
We're heading north.
Mhm.
Are you opposite the large horse farm? Which would be,
Stonewall Farm?
Mhm.
Yes, we are opposite, so.
okay, I was just trying to visualize, if I were driving on Mayapack Ave. Yep, that's just where I thought you might be
Mhm.
considering, and it's a great site, no
Yeah.
question at
The
all.
last, I think it's the last single-family residential lot before Route 6 on the east side, and then it gets to, I forgot the
Can you
develop-
speak into the mic, though?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the last single-family residential home on the east side before you get to Route 6.
Yeah. So it's located north of that stream that crosses on Route 6 there? I mean, on Mayapack Avenue?
I believe.
There's a waterway?
There's a-
Oh. I'm not sure actually where this is.
There is the Muscoot River comes down on the west side, and there's a point at which it crosses under.
Okay, yeah,
Back out.
we are above that. No.
North of that. Yep. That was really my only question.
What's the board feel about some things that we can waive? I mean, I don't personally feel necessary to do a site plan for the whole property, just take care of the road crossing, but that's just one of 7. What's everybody else think?
Um, can you refresh my memory as to why this project is in front? I get that it's scenic corridor, but
That's why.
what is our responsibility? Or what is it that they want to ensure if we're not doing a secret or we're not doing any sort of review? Is it an aesthetics thing? Like what's the genesis for us to?
So the scenic resource corridor primarily is, you mentioned the horse farm.
Mm.
That's kind of the characteristic of, so I think that the town at the time was concerned about any development that would disrupt that view shed. But the corridor includes both sides, north and south. So that's why this property is kind of caught within that designation, that area. Is there anything particularly significant about this property from a scenic standpoint? I don't think so. There's no historic stone walls. There's certainly a lot of vegetation on the street side. They're limiting the amount of removal of the trees just to accommodate the driveway, which I think is, I mean, that's kind of the approach that you would want to take with respect to kind of the planning parameters behind the scenic resource corridor. And because this property falls within that, there's a site plan requirement. So, but because there's a site plan, you can also waive those site plan requirements. I'm sorry, go ahead, Jack.
The horse farm itself, that property, as I understand it, went on the market for sale about 2 years ago. I'm assuming there's been no purchase, but the initial reaction seemed to be that it would likely become a subdivided property. And so the scenic aspect of this project might disappear with time. It's a beautiful view. There's no question, and I understand why the town was protecting that. However, I think in reality, and it's the largest single property left, I think, in Westchester County. I'm not 100% certain,
Mhm.
believe that to be the case.
I would think Stewart's is bigger.
Be residential
No.
Oh,
property,
residential.
residential, non-commercial. property.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
Uh,
trying to think if that's.
But
right, it's not commercial.
just to clarify, we don't have an application on file to subdivide the
No.
whole farm.
No,
do not.
No, no.
And as far as we know, that's not happening.
not to my knowledge.
Okay, I just wanted to clear
Yeah.
that. All right, I mean, now that I understand a little bit better what the concept is, concept's not the right word, but why it is that they want us to, I am personally comfortable waiving the site plan. I do believe that it is close enough to Route 6.
I mean, I misspoke. We can't waive the site plan. We just don't have to do a site plan for the entire property, just for the road. Is that correct?
Well, the applicant submitted a site plan for not only the first 30 feet, but for the balance of the property. So I would say you're essentially reviewing and approving that,
Okay,
subject to Steve Woelfel doing a final review.
okay,
Right.
fair enough.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I'm comfortable not having a full review in front of us for the structure and since there is no wetland issues or anything else that generally falls in front of us
Right.
and becomes our purview, I'm comfortable with any and all waiving of this. But I'm one person, so.
So part of that would be, we would waive the public hearing,
Yes.
absolutely fine with. So administratively, I don't recall another instance where we've done this and we've had this single family house situation. How do we pass this off to Steve, and does it come then back to us for signature? How does that?
My suggestion would be you could do similar to what you did for the fence application at the other end, is just do a confirmatory resolution.
Okay.
And we'll prepare that for signature by the chairman.
Okay.
And that'll allow them to get their building permit.
Okay, I just want to understand how the ends will be tied up.
And that's why I asked Mr. Merheb about the date on his plan, so that's properly recorded as part of the approval process.
Mike, we still have to vote on waiving the public hearing, do we not? Yeah, and the site walk?
Correct, you should, Chairman.
All right,
Vote on each.
two separate. I make a motion that we waive the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I also, since we didn't schedule it, I make a motion, we waive the site walk that we didn't schedule.
Second.
And
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
I do have one other quick question that just came to mind. The rail trail is behind that property, right? It's going to be to the east side,
Correct.
back of the.
Back.
Yes.
Does the property border on the rail trail? Just a curiosity.
It would, because you have that development in there.
No, it doesn't.
I think you have trail side
Yeah, trail side is.
between
Yeah,
this property and the rail.
Border on trail side.
right.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if
We-
I hit one of those.
We border the artist senior living borders it
Artist.
directly in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that-
Right,
Artist.
yeah, we know where that is.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
so just confirmatory resolution, we need to move.
Yeah, to make a motion that when staff prepares the confirmatory resolution with chairman's signature, that will meet the requirements.
Are we ready for that yet?
No, but I'm assuming in 2 weeks or so, answer any questions that Steve had.
Mr. Robbins and I were just discussing that. So there are specific aspects in 138-13 scenic roadway that the planning board has to address. Whether or not you want to do that at the next appearance, you want to work through them now. This is new to me, so I don't know the exact mechanism and whether you can pass it off. But they should be addressed because it is required in the code. And it's just ensuring that the site plan that's presented conforms.
Conforms.
And that's a 30-foot
Okay.
buffer, no landscaping, no structures within that 30-foot buffer, minimal vegetation removal, the parameters for preserving the scenic roadway.
Yeah, I believe the applicant addressed all of that right now in his presentation.
If the board's comfortable that the applicant has addressed everything with the presented site plan, then I'm fine with you, drafting the resolution.
Okay.
I mean, I heard him say that it's 90 feet, not 30.
Yes.
So we
Yeah.
don't have a buffer issue. You're going to
Okay.
reduce
Yes.
the removal of the trees, meaning not reduce, but limit the amount.
Yeah, it's only what's required for the driveway and the home.
Right.
And everything else
What's the other aspect?
everything else in the front yard is staying. We're not proposing to put anything in.
Minimal landscaping, there may be requirements if they're proposing to construct a fence, which they're not. So long as the board and the members are comfortable that it addresses
Okay.
everything, I'm fine with it because I'm sure Mr. Wolf's going to do a deeper layer review. And if he needs to, he'll kick it back to the board for
Okay.
further
Yeah,
discussion.
all right, yeah, so I'm comfortable. All
Steve and Dave, you comfortable with that?
Yes.
Okay. So I made the proposal.
Second.
Did, all in favor?
right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just a quick question, because this is also my first time having this waive. So I was planning on formally addressing the base committee and hopefully satisfying everything they had. Should I go ahead and do that immediately?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And thank you for responding to their concerns. Next on our agenda is, we just want to review in preparation for our site walk this Saturday, the new plans that we have for North Edge Realty. And for the record, the property is located at 3943 and 45 Route 6. Steve and Dave, you want any comments on the new plans or any board member questions?
Only that the public hearing for the town board is still ongoing.
It's tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow night, correct?
For the record, they still have not voted on it. Is that correct?
Correct. They have not.
Okay. Any board member questions? If there are, we can ask them now and we could put it in writing to them, or you could ask them on Saturday.
I have a question that occurred to me. Their primary access from Mayapack Ave is going to be what is currently the driveway of the church.
Correct.
Share the parishioners, whatever. What happens if down the road, the church determines that it can no longer survive as an entity and it sells the property? What protections of that right of passage for residents in this development?
Well, I'm assuming that the applicant, in this case, North Edge Realty, has an agreement for an easement to get to Mayapack Avenue, and that legal easement would provide them with almost a perpetual right to access Mayapack Avenue. Right. And I believe that they've included that in their documentation, but we can certainly follow up. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think that they would agree to something that may change in the future based on the sale of the church. They want to have perpetual rights to get out to Mayapack Avenue.
Because there is no other access. That's it.
Well, you can get out through Route 6.
Well, you can exit, but you can't enter.
You can come in.
You can if you're going west.
Correct.
Cannot if you're going east.
Correct. Right.
Mike, is that traditionally what happens? An easement stays with the property, no matter who owns it?
I haven't read this easement, but it could be either, it could run with the land, so it would bind the property in perpetuity,
Okay.
or for a specified. Or it can be to a particular person, which would be like to cross someone's yard. You can grant someone an easement to one of your neighbors. So again, this is a sophisticated developer, even though I haven't read the easement or seen any draft easement. I think it's okay to operate on the assumption that they've negotiated.
Taking care of
I
that.
think they've told the town board that they have.
Yes.
Again, I just haven't read an actual document. So they secured access because they're only being permitted to ingress going west along Route 6 and then egress also going west along Route 6.
Yeah, Jack, a lot of documents are on the town website in the town board section under projects. I don't remember seeing the easement there. I was looking at the traffic materials, but there are a lot of documents related to North Edge there.
There are what?
There are a lot of documents related to North Edge on the town website.
Yeah, because remember, Jack, a lot of this was presented to the town board for the subdivision
Right.
purpose of.
For the environment,
The-
The zoning and the environmental review.
So
Right,
environmental
exactly.
zoning,
But
that's
they've, a lot of this was brought out in that, and to her point, the documents are on the town.
yeah, just so if you want easy access to them, they're there. I had forgotten, I emailed, and I was talking to Cole, like, I can't find these things. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh, yeah, you know.
I'm glad, I'm gonna review all of that again, because they just submitted some stuff on the 24th, and I haven't had a chance to review it for the site walk, but I'll have it before I do the site walk, I'll review it. But I can't comment or have any questions on what they submitted.
Okay.
Just got it now, so.
And refresh my memory, did we set a time?
Yeah,
I think 9
9? Okay.
o'clock. Our usual 10 o'clock.
yeah, 0900 hours, at the Yorktown Assembly of God Church parking. lot,
Correct. Okay.
Where we're meeting them on Route 6, or off of Route 6, Mayapack Avenues.
If there's nothing else, I apologize for putting one more item on the agenda. I had a conversation with the supervisor today, and I'll give you the back story on this. He would like us to please change our planning board date that is scheduled for December 10th, 2025 to December 17th, 2025. And the reason is because the town board has a meeting on the 11th December, but they are hosting a Westchester Municipal Officials Association. I guess this revolves around in the town, and it's Somerstown that time. They can't push their date back to the following week when we would be, because they're under constraints for the budget. So I said, I don't think the board would have a problem with moving our meeting that month back a week. It doesn't, I looked, and it does not interfere with any religious holidays or anything.
I think Hanukkah is
Except
fall-
Hanukkah.
somewhere in there,
It
yes.
falls there.
Yeah, Hanukkah starts at,
It's not, it doesn't.
Right, it does miss
It does.
the holiday. That was the first thing I
Right.
looked at. The second thing was my own calendar, and I personally would not be able to attend
Okay,
that date.
all right. I mean, it's kind of, we kind of have to do it because the town boards in
I get
this
it.
week, they have to, they're locked into with the budget numbers.
Right. I wouldn't
So-
want to say no to Rob.
I appreciate it. And and speaking on behalf of Rob, he appreciates you saying that.
could we,
So I think this would take a motion, of course.
just one
Yeah.
other possibility, it's just occurring to me. So they can't meet, so the block is, we would be on the 10th,
No, we're gonna be on the 17th.
right? So
We
normally
were going normally the 10th.
on the 10th and they're on the 11th,
We're a week later.
right? So they need to move to our 11, our
They need to move from their 11th to the 10th
the 10th.
because the 11th is when they're hosting this Municipal Officials Association. And he also said to make an announcement to all of you. He wants any and all board members to please come that night. I guess it's a pretty big event.
So it's going to be here in this room. That's.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So if there's no further discussion, I make a motion that we change the calendar for our December planning board meeting from December 10th, 2025 to December 17th, 2025.
Well, if we can't meet a quorum, then we can't meet, but I guess we can give it our best try.
You can meet, you can't vote on anything.
Yeah, okay.
We what?
You can still have the meeting, but if you don't have a quorum, you cannot act.
We can't,
No,
right?
and it may
Okay.
not be able to act. Okay. Understanding that, I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Anything else? Our next meeting is September 10th, 2025. A motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul.